At times of my life, I've become enamored with new ways to create more income. To balance that out, my wife focuses on the related expenses. If you're a cattleman, you know that profit requires both income and expense. With today's rising costs, profit comes to low-cost producers who produce more pounds of beef per acre. Here are 3 simple steps that will result in less expense and more profit. Number 1, graze more and feed less. The number 1 cost for most cow-calf operations is feed expense. Cows can do amazing things once they stop listening for the sound of the feed wagon. I've seen cows that are perfectly happy to graze through a foot of snow if there is feed beneath it. A couple of years ago, we stopped baling everything in sight and started stockpiling late summer growth for winter grazing. This practice saves labor, fuel, and machinery. In our country, I can lease grazing for 1/3 the cost of feeding hay. I'll have to feed some hay later in the spring when the grass is gone, but I know that every day we're grazing, I'm saving money. You may be surprised at what a cow can do when you decide to let her do all the work. Number 2, implement rotational grazing. You can grow more grass, increase your stocking rate while building soil health. Management intensive grazing, mob grazing, total grazing, strip grazing. Pick one that works for you and try it. You'll need a fence energizer, a couple rolls of polywire, and some step-in post. But compared to some of the other purchases that ranchers make, this is small potatoes. This does take time, but it's time spent with your cows. The byproduct is you'll learn more about growing grass, grazing cattle, and building soil. Number 3, buy calving ease bulls from PCC. As Kit Pharaoh says, weaning weights for dead calves are distressingly low. My biggest competitive advantage as a cow-calf producer is that I raise more live calves with less labor. A 75-pound calf that isn't tortured through the birth canal will jump up and suck within minutes, giving them a huge advantage. Not to mention the relief it is to the cowboy who can sleep at night without disastrous calf-pulling rodeos. That fact alone has made calving time a pleasure for us. Expenses have increased, which makes profit hard to come by. But if you're going to stay in the cow-calf business, you'll need to increase income or cut expenses. These are 3 practical ideas that will do both. I'll see you next time on the Herd Quitter Minute.